who are 30, what's one lesson every guy should learn early? Story 1, you're only young for a period of your life. You're actually older for most of your life, so make sure your decisions take that into consideration. Story 2, know when to say, I don't know, and I can't handle this. Look at a professional, you'll save yourself a lot of time, money, and the color of your hair, instead of being bullheaded and trying to do everything yourself. Story 3, by far, it has to be learning the value of time. So many people in this world don't grasp this until it's far too late in life. Don't waste your time doing things you hate or being around bad people. Story 4, start saving for retirement. I know you've all heard it, but I can't stress how much more money you earn from the savings during your 20s. This is not a drill. Start saving money you don't touch till retirement. Up here in Canada, you are allowed to borrow against it for your first house down payment at low interest as well. Story 5, admit when you make a mistake and learn from it. And don't try to hide them either. I've avoided so much conflict in my adult life by being able to go to someone and say, I need you to know I made a mistake and I'm going to correct it, or else I'm messed up and I need help. Trying to blame someone else when it was genuinely your fault always causes more problems, and mistakes you try to hide almost always get found out eventually. Story 6, stop trying to impress girls. It's a waste of energy, money, and time. Be who you want to be, and the right girl will be obsessed with that version of you. Edit, wow. I'm so happy this comment got so much attention. Seriously didn't expect that. When I originally posted this, I was just generalizing, of course. And I guess I was talking to young me and not the masses. So many have said a lot about actually getting out of the house or getting off the computer or making sure to remember to strive for a career, etc. All absolutely true. I was naturally outdoorsy and athletic and loved anything with an engine. I all but gave every one of those things up to do what I thought girls wanted to do in their spare time. But have you guys seen baseball players' wives? LOL, I should have just been me. There are exceptions to the rule, but don't be any version of yourself you don't want to be for attention from women, friends, or family. Just be a good human and enjoy your life. You will thank yourself and the guru one day. LOL. Story 7, be 100 about your intentions honest with women. Regardless of how you think ITLL affect them emotionally, honesty and integrity are paramount, and you can't control how someone feels. Story 8, make friends with women, and I don't mean make friends with to have romantic relationships later, like just be platonic friends. Having someone that you can talk to with a different perspective can be so beneficial. Story 9, get over it. Seriously, learn to get the F over it. Whatever it is, you're in your 30s now. Grow up and move on. Some cut you off in traffic. Skip the road rage. Get over it. Move on with your life. Meal was subpar. Fine, it happens. Get over it. Rough breakup. Tough. Get over it. Move on with your life. I can't believe the number of people around me 30 who just can't let go. The past is the past. Learn from it and move forwards. Mistakes happen. We aren't perfect. The world will keep turning. Get over it. Story 10. There is a difference between talent and skill. A skill will develop over invested effort and time. All the talent in the world is wasted if not trained. Story 11. How to return friendliness without assuming that the other person is romantically interested in you. How to be a good friend to the current friend group. How to be friendly to acquaintances. How to hold a conversation that is two-sided. How to manage a budget and live within it. How to invest. How to cook a few meals. How to clean up after yourself. How to launder your clothes. How to be on time. How to de-escalate a volatile conversation and know when to walk away from it. Pay attention to the important people in your life to know what they consider to be important. You asked for one lesson, but a guy really needs to learn more. This list isn't even close to covering it all. Story 12, the best way to improve your life is for you to improve your life. If you wait for someone or something to happen, it won't. Work today to improve your life in any way that you feel you need it. Story 13, marry well or not at all. Just because she's hot, you good and makes you feel warm and fuzzy doesn't mean she's marriage material, and God help you and your career if you have kids with the wrong women. Also on that note, don't expect to land a good woman if you're a POS yourself. Story 14, take good care of your body. Brush your teeth twice a day, floss at least every week. Get annual checkups. These deteriorate quickly and more easily as you age, and it gets painful and expensive. Wash your face, wear sunscreen, and use face moisturizer regularly, as it's not something you can just fix later in life once your skin is all dry after decades of not caring. Stay handsome for life. Work out gently and regularly for cardio. Live a long and healthy life, and strengthen your back by sleeping wrong. Pick up running, biking, yoga, whatever is easy and cheap and available year-round. Story 15.1, define your own masculinity. Don't let a podcast tell you what being a man is. 2, don't overwork yourself. The grind isn't the goal. 3, value your friendships and build a village. Life is hard. You need people in your corner. Those relationships take work, but they are worth it. The people in our lives are what makes it worth living for. Be slow to anger. Story 16. Cherish the absolute out of the women around you. You can learn so much from female friends or partners. In my experience, women have an unbelievable amount of patience, love, and kindness. They love differently, more selflessly, and that's something we can and should absolutely try to emulate. Also, every woman I've ever met has had a negative traumatic experience with an aggressive, abusive, manipulative, or insecure man. Don't be one of those men. Be better. Build a foundation of self-worth so that you can build up and love those around you. We're not the same as previous generations. We aren't expected to bury our feelings. We don't need to lash out at our partners because we only know how to express emotion through anger. We can be gentle, thoughtful, and supportive. Story 17. Learn to clean efficiently while doing other things. What I mean by this is, if you're cooking dinner, clean the kitchen at the same time. OFC, wash your hands when working with any food. But there's plenty of downtime while cooking. Don't just stand there. Make use of every minute. One day you're gonna regret not doing so. Story 18. Be willing and enthusiastic to do women's work. And to do it right the first time, hint, remove the word women's from that sentence. It is work that needs to get done, and shoving it all on the other person only builds resentment. No one enjoys doing the dishes or folding laundry, but it needs to be done. Are you bothered by something? Get therapy and get it sorted out sooner than later, because sitting on problems and ignoring them does you no favors, and they crop in strange places that you don't expect. Story 19. Learn to go downtown and enjoy it. Try to know what you're doing when you get there. Don't be afraid to ask for directions. The same techniques won't work on everyone. Story 20. Put some baby powder on your, and trust me on this, women, don't OWE you anything, yes? Even if you're a nice guy, find a secluded spot or a bathroom and pull that random upright toward your belly button. Hides it better, and it will go down quicker. Last, and most importantly, body spray and deodorant are not a substitute for a shower. Go wash your nasty. Story 21. Enjoy the ride. It's over before you know it. Take each chapter as it comes. Don't worry too much about the future or ruminate too much about the past. Develop habits that recharge your life force. Stay away from the energy vampires. Story 22. No means no. Pressuring someone who is silent is not a yes. Wiping your is not gay. The justification saying it is equivalent to if you masturbate, you're touching a man, so that's gay. Wash your and well. You get more head, almost guaranteed in a consenting relationship. Foreplay is the way. You only have one back, and foot pain can cause back pain. Go to a doctor if you feel bad, physical or emotional. Don't be scared to call in for a real reason. Just don't abuse it, and don't give them too much info. I won't be available tomorrow. I'm sorry for short notice. If they pressure for why, say it's personal, and you won't be discussing it. Let your manager manage. They get paid to. It should not be your responsibility to find a fill-in. Your boss is not your mother. They don't care about you like at all. Your boss does not remember all the times you went above and beyond, stayed late, came in early, came in on weekends, but your family remembers all the times you weren't there. Learn how to cook about 10 really basic meals from scratch, not a box. You can really impress a girl with food that you make. Don't be afraid to approach a friend with a problem, i.e. if someone drinks too much and gets scary or dangerous. Tell them, it's always better to hear from a friend rather than a judge or police. Sun damage is no joke. Protect your hearing at concerts, events, working on cars, monster truck shows. Tinnitus is awful. Real human interactions are key to mental health. I've found that if I make time for an inexpensive group outing 1-2x a month, it is beyond helpful. A place where you chill and have time to talk without tons of distractions, and helps if there's no alcohol or a drink max of like 2 for the WHO event. A potluck dinner, out to someone's house for cigars. Go on a hike, penny poker night, like 10 amongst friends, so it's not high stakes and stressful, just talking and laughing. Inexpensive, so that pretty much anyone can take part, and it doesn't exclude people on tighter budgets. Communicate before and after what they liked or didn't like. Make sure to ask it nicely, BC, if you ask like and you won't be getting any. I.e., I love the rush it gives me when I go down on you. What do you think if I tried technique, toy, hand placement, or position? Placing the apt. I like being able to please you. What is something I can do to make you really hard while in position? If you show you want to please them, they will want more. Remember to listen, really listen. Can apply to nature in a stop and smell the roses kind of way, or to listen to loved ones. My stepdad said there was a saying in the Roman Catholic Church, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You should listen twice as much as you talk. I personally am not religious, but I find it helpful sometimes. Story 23, the 3 biggest mistakes you can make in this world. 1. Having kids with the wrong woman. 2. Driving while intoxicated. 3. Doing drugs without doing research on them, and without obtaining them from a trusted source. You can bounce back from pretty much anything else, but those ones have the potential to wreck your life or kill you. Story 24. Women are complete, whole, separate people, not a playground. Talk to the person, and the side benefits come along with them. Smart and capable are a lot more use than pretty in the long run. Story 25. Don't let school take away the joy of reading and learning. In the digital age, you can honestly learn just about anything if you're passionate about it. Story 26. 1. Never let anyone disrespect you. 2. Never shake a hand sitting down. 3. Never go broke to impress others. 4. Never eat the last piece of something you didn't buy. 5. Always have the ambition to be better. 6. Protect who is behind you and respect who is beside you. 7. Take 1 to 3 seconds pause after getting asked a question. 8. Don't beg for a relationship. 9. Work out at least 4x a week. 10. If you're not invited, don't ask to go. 11. Always carry cash. 12. Dress well no matter what the occasion. 13. Listen, nod, and most of all make eye contact. 14. Find multiple ways to make money. 15. Never go back to the woman who cheated. Story 27. If you pretend to be someone else to get women, those women aren't going to like you. You should also learn to work with what you got. 90 of ugly guys are just slobs who don't put effort into hygiene and looks. Story 28. Save 20 of your take-home pay. Never agree to a joint bank account. Stay single until you establish yourself. Learn to control your temper, and you'll go far. You don't need a college degree to make 6 figures. Don't let alcohol rule your life. Drink casually and know when to stop. Learn to recognize toxic behavior and distance yourself from it. Story 29. Stay in shape. Cardio training is equally important as strength training. Take care of your old man now. Don't chase women. You had plenty of time in your 20s to do so. If you effed up around in your 20s, now it's the time to get your act together and be about your business. Stay focused. If you ever decide to get married, don't do it before the age of 33. Career-wise, your 30s is the right time to take calculated risks. Live in a moment and be present. Be personable. People will remember you. Call your parents often. Let me write that again. Call your parents often. Life happens in seasons. So don't stop working towards that career goal or whatever dream you have in mind. If you have failed once, it might not have been the right season in your life. Sometimes many things have to line up the right place, the right people, the right environment, etc. Pick your poison wisely. Drugs, alcohol, gambling, workers. If you know you have a vice, keep it in check. If you have never done drugs, your 30s is not the time to dabble into it. Lastly, travel the world. It will open your mind. Save your money. Story 30. No one's got life all figured out. They may seem like they do, but they don't, whether they have money, are older, or in relationships. They're all trying to work out their next step, just like you. And the big one, people lie a lot, mainly because they believe someone else's lie, and they get insecure. So then they lie. Take what people say with a pinch of salt and focus on yourself and what makes you happy. Never let anyone tell you how to live your life or control your journey. No one knows why we're here, if there's an afterlife, what the point of all this is, if there even is one. So you do. Those that want to tell you how to live is because they feel they've lost control of their own. Be yourself. Be happy. Be risky. Story 31. Learn the basic maintenance on cars. Learn about tires, oil, brakes, light bulbs, and so on. The extreme basic maintenance stuff to help you maintain your car more effectively. You don't even have to do your own stuff. Just know about everything so you know how to take care of your... Don't use cheap oil. Don't go above 5K miles for an oil change, 3K to 5K, depending on driving habits. Don't go higher, ever. IDGF, what the label says. Don't cheap out on tires. Don't drive on old tires. Just a lot of basic stuff, so you won't be stranded on the side of the road. Also, your back may feel strong when you're young, but it won't always be. Take care of it. The lift procedures that these companies shove down your throat are legit. You may feel fine when you're young, but when you hit your 30s, the pain will set in. Trust me. Going through the pains now because I thought I was invincible. Story 32. It not exciting. But look for a household budget template for Google Sheets or something. Fill in with all your monthly bills and expenses. Go to the bank and ask for a second bank account and set up a monthly transfer of that amount you totaled up in a sheet into the second account. Set all your direct debits to come from that account. I'm awful at being careful with my money, but as soon as I did this, I stopped getting in money situations. If I ran out of money before payday, I did. No, at least all my bills were already set aside. Bonus, round all those amounts up even by just a few quid to create a little buffer without thinking about it. Story 33. Learn that there's 2 kinds of love when it comes to partner relationships. First, the love of your life is that which burns with a passion, the one you found in your early 20s. That person will rock your world and push your boundaries, opening a new view on love for you. But it's also foolish and reckless and selfish. You want to take as much as you want, and if not careful, will drain sooner than later when it's gone, and it will ITLL leave you empty and in pain because of its intensity, but it does so because you learned you're capable of loving someone to such degree. And it will forge the path for your future self in aspects such as awareness and limitations, being part of your belief system. It's beautiful, so cherish it, but don't get attached to it, for a better one is yet to come. The second one is the love for your life. And this is the one that comes when experienced enough. You'll not only want to receive love, but to give, and ITLL become this wonderful amalgamation of feelings and goals that will let you build something lasting, but also comes only when you've learned to love yourself, since you cannot give love without being in it. This is the one you should marry and build a life together with. It may take years to come, but it will slowly burn and give you the warmth you've looked for so long. As someone who has loved and been loved in both situations, I wish I would have learned this before, but only experience teaches you these lessons. Story 34. Just shave your goddamn head when your hair starts going. Spending 10 years looking like goddamn Captain Steubing before taking a plunge is not going to do you any favors. Story 35. I'm not 30, but I will always put this advice out there at every opportunity. Drugs, alcohol, and gambling are fun, but not to be taken lightly. After calculating how much I've spent on all of the above by the time I was 25, I could easily have a mortgage on a house by now. Save and invest as soon as possible, even if it's just in a high-interest account. Compound interest is your best friend, and if you lose friends due to not taking up the party life, they're not the friends for you. Story 36. Priorities your family, yourself, your friend, the company you work for. Story 37. Stretch before and after working out or starting your shift at work. Enjoy being able to pee quickly and not dribble on yourself after flipping your junk for 3 minutes after you've finished. The health nuts aren't crazy. You cannot reverse clogged arteries, so get in the habit of eating healthier while you're young, and try to exercise at least 30 minutes a week at the very least. Tell your family and friends you love them and how much they mean to you. You never know when ITLL be the last time you see someone. Try to not let screens take up more than 50 of your day life. This means computers, phones, TVs, and smartwatches. Try to regularly be out in nature. It's free, easy, and does a lot of good for your mental health and well-being. Learn to have a work-life balance. Your employer needs you. You don't need your employer. Figure out what your love language is and what your partner's is as well. This goes a long way in having a healthy relationship. Story 38. Moisturize, where sunblock, stretch, exercise, and wear ear protection. If it's too good to be true, it always is. Don't let people take advantage of you, and don't buy into bullshit flattery. By 30, if anyone tells you it's a good learning experience without appropriate compensation, don't entertain it. Just turn around and walk away. Be honest with yourself, and don't settle for anyone. There are plenty of people out there who will fit you perfectly. If you are honesty and open, you will find that person. Don't settle. Story 39. Find a partner who enjoys as much as you do. Mismatched drives in a relationship are really difficult, and it's pretty much impossible to get the other person to meet you where you're at. Do that before you get married. Story 40. Focus on yourself. Stop concerning yourself so much with that one girl. Know your worth. Know and walk away. So effing klitsch, but I promise you there are many fish in the sea. So many. Be humble. Story 41. Start saving money now, specifically in your 401k or other investment vehicle. Even if it is just a little bit, 20 or 50 a month will add up. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and your older self will thank you when your retirement is looking healthy. ITLL be a weight off your shoulders. Story 42. Your coworkers are not your friends. Be cordial. Be courteous. Do a good job, but do not run your mouth or assume anything will be kept private. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Story 43. Hold back sharing your opinion sometimes. I used to think I needed to give my input on literally anything being discussed. Now I just sit back and listen. It's helped me stay out of so much pointless drama and has helped me get along with people better. Story 40. For you don't need to be a man. You're already a man. You don't need to worry if something is manly. A man is doing it, so it's manly. Only you get to decide what being a man means to you. Story 45. Get over whatever issues you have with how your parents raised you. They're just as up as you, if not more, as they were raised by a less educated generation, and they did their best. Story 46. No one cares. It doesn't matter how or what you feel towards someone, because no one cares, and the only place true innocence can be found in the world is in a child. Story 47. Stop consuming multiple alcoholic beverages in one sitting. Instead, take the time to savor a single drink and appreciate it at the right moments in life. Story 48. Here are 5 1. Dots connect. Always have patience, too. Front-load your efforts in life. The more sincere you are between 15 and 30, the easier your life afterwards will be. 3. Don't be obsessed with women. You will age like fine wine, for on health, consistency matters. Don't go super hard on yourself in the gym. Aim consistency. 5. Have fun when you can. Make mistakes and learn. Story 49. Your life comes in seasons. 0 to 20 is spring. 20 to 40 is summer. 40 to 60 is fall. 60 to 80 is winter. In the spring you prepare. In the summer you produce. In the fall you harvest. In winter you rest. Try as best you can to aim your life such that it falls into this pattern. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it's not good to stray too far from it. Story 50. Manliness is not about physical strength, wealth, vehicles, clothes, length, etc. It is about courage. Courage to face your own demons. Courage to make the first move. Courage to fail and keep trying. Courage to stand up and speak up when others won't. Courage to admit you are wrong and apologize. Story 51. Dump as much money as you can afford into an index fund or retirement account. Even if you can't afford it easily, throw 10 to 15 of whatever money you're making in there. Story 52. Moisturize each morning. Nothing crazy. Some E45 or something will do. Just go around your face with it. Forehead, nose, the areas each side of your nostrils. Anywhere you see dry skin in particular. Do this and it will greatly reduce the weathering of aging as you get older. I can't tell you how many guys I know with the worst dry skin on their faces, and it's completely solved by taking a minute after brushing your teeth in the morning. Also, on that note, brush your teeth. Story 53. Even if you are in a dead-end job and have nothing you think is really valuable, always spend the cash to get a prenup. And if she wants, sign it. She's not the one. Story 54. Save as much money as you can. The dollar you save today will be the dollar that saves your tomorrow. Seriously, don't waste your money on material things. Just focus on getting a good job, putting a roof on your head, a reliable car. And if you wish to start a family, everything else is just noise. Story 55. Relationships end. Your morals are subject to change given the right circumstances and temptations. People are more important than money, and sometimes sacrifice is worth it. Story 56. Empathy and humility. There seems to be so much more toxic masculinity and selfishness around these days compared to when I was young. I'm sure social media has something to do with it. Story 57. Remember names. Say hello. And it's better to leave a conversation a little early than a little late. These 3 things will make people think of you fondly. Story 58. Stretch. Make considered choices in regards to food and money. Stretch. Don't drink too much. Don't drink too little. Stretch. Find a good woman or dude. Stretch. Listen to rock. Work towards a world you'll never see. Stretch. Love and own dogs. Keeps you young. Good hobbies will make you happy. Your kids are the single largest investment in your life. Stretch. Learn how to cook at least 10 killer dishes. Stretch. Make art or appreciate art. Stretch. It doesn't matter how old you are. Approach every day as if you have 80 years to live, and each one matters. And for the love of God or Satan, stretch. Society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they shall never sit. Story 59. Being able to whoop anyone doesn't do anything for you. Whooping peoples that you feel like they disrespected you isn't worth it probably 90 of the time. The only thing that matters is you securing the bag. Also treat women like they are your mother or how you would want your daughter to be treated. Don't cheat and lie on girls. Just be 100 honest on what you want and tell them. Story 60. When on a date, learn to ask women questions about themselves and then listen. It will be much better received than trying to impress her by talking nonstop about your accomplishments and big plans. Story 61. Hiring movers is worth every penny. I used to rent a truck and lift things myself or ask friends for help. But after finding reliable movers the last time I moved, I can never go back to moving houses on my own. Story 62. You're going to figure out you need therapy by 30. The earlier the better. Exercise at least daily cause you're going to need it. Avoid consuming adult content, if at all. You got this. Story 63. Get into doing some mechanical stuff, home improvement things, yard work, vehicle maintenance, etc. It's liberating to take the mystery out of that stuff. There's a feeling of accomplishment when completing something, and you can teach things to your so-and or kids. Story 64. There is no the one. She doesn't exist. Stop trying to chase her and better yourself. The one will come along when the time is right. Your 20s are about figuring out what you like and who you are. Story 65. Don't be embarrassed to wear earplugs in loud places. Your eyes will start going bad mid-40s. At least a 50 chance your partner will cheat on you, or vice versa. Get a prenup. Don't be the cheater. Story 66. Go easy on the alcohol and drink plenty of water to avoid hangovers. I'm doing my best to drink only on Friday nights, but it's getting difficult due to the current state of everything. Story 67. Spend money on things that separate you from the ground. Shoes, bed, tire. Good quality bed is amazing. Correct fitting shoes that wear well are worth it. Story 68. Woman here, recognize that you likely feel physically safe most of the time. Look around and realize when a woman might not. If you are the cause, try not to be. If you can help, try to. Story 69. Please, weed is not worth the high. Unless you need it, don't let the armchair scientist cherry-pick articles. Maybe it's not unhealthy physiologically or addictive chemical or whatever. Life moves fast when you're high. You forgot the little moments in your day. The little moments make up most of your life. Don't waste them. Story 70. Things in your body don't magically fix themselves anymore. You have to work at them and or get checked out. Don't let stuff stay not working for too long. It can have disastrous effects. Don't procrastinate. Just get it looked at.